So we work with a host of farmers from here in Kingsburg, California, and I would really say the reason that these farmers initially gave me the opportunity to work with them is because they trusted me for one reason or another. Whether our families have grown up farming side by side, or I went to school with them, or coached their kids in football, or whatever it may be. But we have a tight community here in Kingsburg, and all of the farmers that we're going to introduce you to all have some special meaning to myself or my family. I'm really excited for you to meet David, because when we talk Heart of the Valley, David really is the heart of this valley. With him and his family's history, just an incredible story, an incredible person that I'm excited for you to meet.
Hi, I'm David Salazar. I've been farming in Kingsburg for about 10 years now, give or take. Been around it all my life. Basically, my dad was a farm manager, still is a farm manager. Grew up around the fields, and that's how I got the itch to be out here and learn how stuff grows. I got started through my father-in-law. I manage his stuff now, and with that trade-off, he's also teaching me how to farm my stuff as well. And he is the owner of B&L Farms. He's also been a farmer in Kingsburg for all his life as well, and it's been turned into a family-operated farm now since I married into the family. Today I'm showing you around my farm, which is Salazar Farms. Me and my wife been farming this for about 5 years now. One of those opportunities landed in our laps, and I got reached out by a couple people saying if I wanted to roll the dice on farming this 55 acres or so. So I went for it, and it's been going good so far at the moment. And with the help of my mentor, my father-in-law, I've been managing it with his guidance, and it's been going great. Going on my 6th year this year for 2021, and hopefully it keeps going well, just like it has for me. So the majority of stuff that I grow and with my father-in-law we do mostly is stone fruit, which is peaches, nectarines, plums. He's a lot more diversified than I am, since he's been in it doing it longer than I have. We also do almonds, table grapes, and a couple apples now. Not a lot. So basically, right now it is the end of March. We're getting into April. There's stuff to do still around the farm, but it's not heavy labor intensive yet. As April approaches, we will be thinning our trees, mostly all the early varieties. Basically, thinning is taking a load off of your tree. So this tree can produce about 600 pieces of fruit as summer comes along, when we start irrigating. So when it's time to thin, you want to take a load off. There's a saying, less is more. So when this peach starts growing, it'll get to maybe a thumb size, the thumb size of your thumb. You'll send a crew in here, and they'll start basically knocking the peaches down to lighten up the load. And for my instincts, for my say on this variety, I always try to aim for 325, around 325 pieces of fruit per tree. Even though this tree will produce 600 pieces of fruit, I will not get the size. In this industry, size is king, is what I've always been told. So that's why we do the process of thinning to take the load off the tree, which will make the fruit bigger because there's less fruit to grow on the tree. When I mention size is king, it's a consumer-driven market, so they want big sizes of fruit that's more attractive to the consumer, is what our buyers relay to us as the farmer. Where ugly comes in for us, or for me, or wherever their hands are in, it's a little disheartening when you see you can have a nice size of fruit, but it might be a little scratch, or there might be some something that doesn't look good visually. Doesn't mean that fruit's bad or it's not, you can't eat it. It's just the consumer and our buyers want the best looking fruit to put on the market. So what Ugly is doing now, which I think it's awesome, is that they're capturing all the so-called ugly fruit that cannot be sold in the fresh market. They're taking it and they're now making an eatable product, which is a dry product, which is great. And for me, and my aspect of the deal is I like knowing that all the fruit that, or every farmer likes knowing all the fruit that we've been growing and we've been preparing for the season, we're trying to lower the wastefulness down as much as possible. This is a new era for everyone as well. For the longest time, there hasn't really been a market for coals to be used for something else. It usually ends up in feeding lots for dairies and etc., etc. So now what Ugly's doing is that they're capturing that, and by them doing that, they're drying the fruit and putting it on shelves today. So now basically that lowers our wastefulness. So for my operation, my main goal as being a farmer, I like learning new things. Times are changing, which that's not a bad thing. What I like to eventually end up being good at is how to be more resourceful, how to save, how to use more of what our earth or planet has given us, how to, like for instance, I'm trying to incorporate how to, do more cover crops as the years go on to basically give our soil natural amenities that it's looking for. And it just, every day's changing, and I think that's where the future's heading. And for me and my end, as much as I can learn now until I get to this stage where I'm not going to do this anymore, it'll leave a better footprint for my kids, whoever wants to do this after me. But hopefully, I can leave an impact when I'm done doing this in my career.